You know, it's hard to think of anything more painful than the loss of a child, especially when you have no idea what happened to them. I think it's the not knowing that is the one thing that could be more painful than the loss itself. Now, my first guest says the last time she saw her daughter, Bianca, was just a few weeks ago when they celebrated her second birthday.
Tonight, many are holding on to hope as they help search for little Bianca Jones.
Bianca was last seen with her father. She was in the backseat of his car when he says he was carjacked on Detroit's east side.
As family members and volunteers ramped up their search for little Bianca Jones Monday evening, FBI agents were searching this home, the home where her father, 32-year-old DeAndre Lane, stayed.
I did not have anything to do with my daughter's disappearance. Flat out, period.
I'm not concerned about persecutions and prosecutions. I only want Bianca home.
All that matters is finding Bianca. The question is, could this father hold the key to finding her?
Well, despite news reports, her daughter's father might be responsible for Bianca's disappearance. Bianca says she can't help but feel guilty. Her sister Kelly is here with her for support, and I'm glad y'all are here, and we want to spend a lot of time showing this baby's picture. We're going to keep it up. We're going to keep numbers up. What do you think happened here?
Well, I'm not really sure what happened. I was not home with my daughter that day. She was actually visiting with her father, and I got a phone call that she was gone. He had been carjacked, and she was in the car, and she was gone. And that's all I really know.
Okay. At this point, nobody said anything to you? You have no idea other than what the baby's father, who's not your husband,
right?
But he says, what, that he was driving to where?
He was carjacked on the way to my house to pick up extra clothes for Bianca.
He was coming to pick up extra clothes, and he says he was carjacked.
Yes.
Okay. You believe he was carjacked?
Yes.
Do you believe he was carjacked?
I have no idea what happened with the situation. My main focus from the beginning is getting Bianca home.
But of course, a big part of finding Bianca is to get on a trail
Right.
of what may have happened, and he was the last one to see her. And look,
Yes.
I'm not here to accuse him. I don't know what happened. I've never met him. We invited him to the show, and he and his attorney agreed, at least tentatively, to come to the show. But then the attorney wrote an email and said, we'll come to the show, but there are certain things that we're not willing to talk about. We don't want to talk about the carjacking event, no discussion of the polygraph examinations, no discussion of other children or the children's mother, no discussion of criminal record, cadaver dogs, no discussion of the Nancy Grace show or its contents, and then said this list is not exhaustive. There's more that we don't want to talk about. You know, we responded, we don't make agreements as to what the questions can be. You can be here and tell your client not to answer or whatever, but we're not going to agree to not ask pertinent questions to helping find the baby. I was just in hopes that everybody would come with an idea of looking for the child.
Absolutely, Dr. Phil, and I think really what that goes to is he feels like that he's a distraction from the search for Bianca. When he makes appearances or interviews, all they talk about is him, and we are looking for Bianca.
Okay, but if he is a cog in that machinery, if he did have something to do with her disappearance, then you would need to talk about him, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Tell me if I've got this right. Here's what, just a short timeline here. On November 26th, Bianca's second birthday was celebrated, right? The last time Bianca's mother, Bianca, saw her daughter alive, that was at this party, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then December 2nd, she was last seen with DeAndre at 7:30 a.m. His girlfriend says he left their house and Bianca was with him. Okay? Yes. 8:10 a.m., he's seen on school surveillance tape dropping off a 15-year-old nephew. Police interviewed the nephew who said Bianca was in the car when he arrived at school. So
Yes.
that takes us up a witness up to that point. 9:45, DeAndre calls 911 and says he was carjacked. He said he was pulled over after a driver in a red car had shouted to him that something was wrong with his taillights. He said the man pulled a gun on him and took off with his silver 2004 Mercury Marquis, which still had his daughter strapped in the car seat. So then there was an Amber Alert issued at 10:10 in the morning. as soon as the car was found less than a mile away.
Yes.
The engine was running, the driver's side door open. The car seat was still in the vehicle, but Bianca was gone. Bonica and DeAndre are taken in for questioning. You go home, he's held on an unrelated warrant. So they carjacked the car for 10 minutes, apparently, about a mile. Does any of this cause you concern?
Yes, with me, there's been lots of concern, mainly because even though I'm not a parent, to see him standing there without a single injury, that caused an issue just in general for me, because I would have fought with my life for my nieces.
Stood up for the baby in the back.
I would have fought to the death. It would have been 2 people missing, because I would have fought to the death for my nieces. I would not have been running down the street. That's just me, personally.
What do you think about that point?
Absolutely, I would probably have done the same thing. I don't know what he did in this situation, but mostly I just really want to get my daughter's story out there. I'm not concerned about this investigation. It will play itself out, and if he is guilty, he will be punished, and if he is not, he'll be vindicated, but I want my daughter back.
But here's the point that I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, Dr. Phil, but can I just...
Please.
You know, I've been watching the news, and I remember when the little girl went missing, baby Lisa, and I remember how she was on every station. She was on Good Morning America and the Today Show, and when my daughter went missing, none of those stations showed up. None of those networks came. I'm here because I want people to see my daughter, too. I want people looking for Bianca, just like they're looking for baby Lisa. I want people to know that I miss my daughter as well. I love my daughter, and I need her home.
2-year-old Trenton Duckett disappeared in 2006.
Melinda Duckett called police the night of August 27th.
How long has he been gone? I don't know. You don't know? I was watching a movie that was 2 hours long. I had checked on him before he came down to the house.
She claimed an intruder cut the screen on Trenton's bedroom window and took him. Detectives still believe, though, that she staged that crime scene.
This is the window that leads into Trenton's bedroom. The screen was cut down both sides and along the bottom to the height that the window was open, so maybe about 10 inches. Melinda claimed that Josh, her estranged husband, had actually come and pulled Trenton out of that bedroom window.
What is Trenton wearing, honey? I don't know. He was ready for bed. You don't know what you dressed him in before you went to bed? Shirt off. No shoes. I know he freaking did it.
We were in a custody battle over Trenton. She wanted full custody and I wanted joint custody between the 2 of us. She was bound and determined to have it her way or no way at all.
While Melinda was trying to get full custody of Trenton, she had presented in court an email message that she claimed was from Josh.
Basically said that I was going to hunt her down and kill her and that I didn't believe Trenton was my son.
The email could have lent to motive for Josh's involvement in the abduction of Trenton, and it was determined by investigators that that message was sent from Melinda Duckett's account.
Melinda's behavior was very suspicious. There was a lot of red flags.
Investigators went through the garbage and found she had thrown away a lot of items from Trenton: baby clothes, toys, baby photos. One of the theories is that Melinda did kill Trenton. In the city of Leesburg, our trash is hauled to an incinerator, and so if she had killed Trenton, maybe disposed of his body in a dumpster, that he would have been incinerated. A little over a week after Trenton had disappeared is when Melinda Duckett committed suicide.
Melinda was found in the closet of her old bedroom at her grandparents' house, and she used a shotgun. Melinda held the answers to where Trenton is and what happened. I feel that she definitely took those to the grave with her.
Well, you're looking at baby Trenton there. Father Josh is here with his mother, Carla. What do you think happened?
I definitely feel that he was given to somebody, and it's just a matter of putting the pieces of the puzzle together and locating where he's at.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I feel like Trenton's still out there. You know, I do know that we're at a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Do you think there's reason to believe that he's alive, or is it just that you want very much for him to be?
I definitely feel that there's reason to believe. They basically looking at other cases, they always find some kind of evidence, some DNA or something, and in Trenton's case, there's absolutely nothing. There's no evidence that points either direction.
So what do you think happened? What do you think she did? Why do you think she did it if you think she did something?
I think a lot of it had to do with she wanted control. She wanted to control everything. And
You think she was mentally unstable?
Definitely.
In a serious way?
Yes.
You know, she had a history of cutting herself.
Yes, sir.
And you feel that her parents could have averted this whole thing if in fact they had done something to get her the help she needed.
Yes.
There's tension between the Ducketts and the Eubanks.
Since Trenton went missing, Melinda's family has made it very difficult.
They never reached out to me. They never tried to get involved.
In the press, Josh has said, we never cared about Trenton. We never came to Florida to see Trenton. That wasn't the case. We were not in a financial position to be able to just get in the car and drive to Florida.
Beth and Jerry, they blame Josh for Melinda's death and Trenton's disappearance.
I have a lot of suspicions, a lot of doubts. When Trent was 6 months old, Josh left. Mindy had the full responsibility of taking care of him. Josh was continuously delinquent with child support payments. Maybe they had something to do with his disappearance. It would have been an easy way out for Josh not to have to continue to pay child support.
I get frustrated because my family's the only ones that have been 100% dedicated to his case. I absolutely believe that Trenton's alive. Until there's evidence that shows otherwise, then I'm going to continue to push and move forward with everything.
Beth and Jerry accused Josh of using Trenton's trust fund for buying jewelry, a brand new Escalade, and breast implants for someone.
I think that Carla and Josh used that money for their own personal finances.
I am actually very suspicious of Carla. I would really like the authorities to go back and look at her.
I'm convinced that Trenton's disappearance was just spite. Melinda did not want Josh to have Trenton. I think deep down in my heart, Melinda's family or her friends know more than what anybody's willing to speak up and say.
Josh had a rocky relationship with Melinda when their son went missing 5 years ago. Now, Melinda committed suicide only days after he disappeared. So is that an admission of guilt? Does that mean she's done something horrible and can't live with it? Or does it just mean she can't take it anymore? She left 3 suicide notes, and both families have hope that Trenton is still alive, in large part because of what she wrote. Now, I want to talk about one that she wrote to her grandparents. She says, Nanny and Poppy, thanks for your love and support through all the hard years. I may not have shown it as much as I should have, but I am grateful. You two deserve so much better than what I was as a granddaughter. I know the obstacles were hard, and I'm sorry. I love you. The main reason I'm doing this is because even after my baby is found, I would not be a good mother. With 2 jobs and full-time school, I tried my hardest, but always slacked in some area. Trenton should have had my full attention at all times. She speaks of Trenton as though he's alive.
We'd all agree with that. Yes.
And that's, and all of you think she wouldn't have said that. I mean, you expect on their deathbed, that's when people come clean, right?
Exactly.
We spoke to her the night before this happened. She called us. We had wanted to go down there. We had been planning to go down there. Law enforcement told us not to. They told us to wait. They were hoping that she would lead them to Trenton. Therefore, we respected what law enforcement said. We didn't go.
And we paid for it.
And we've since then had to deal with that loss.
Well, because we know she went into the closet of her grandparents' house,
Yes.
put a shotgun under her chin and pulled the trigger.
Yes.
Does it strike anyone odd that if Trenton's alive, she didn't write a note to him?
I think when I spoke to her the evening before this happened, she said to me, I've let him down. She felt that she didn't spend enough time with him. She felt that she hadn't taken the time she should have with him.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.